So the episode starts out with the commercial for the Excellent Challenge. Basically, if you finish a big ass omelet with hella toppings, 2 biscuits, and a 5-pound fruit cup in 1 hour, you get this trucker hat. It's not really worth doing a whole challenge, but hey, there's no episode without the hat. Anyways, Rigby drags Mordecai to the restaurant. We don't even get to see Rigby's attempt though. He's riding in the back of an ambulance in the next frame. Whole time, he's allergic to eggs, and he thought that if he ate fast enough, he could overcome his allergy. He's on 1 HP begging Mordecai to do the challenge and get the hat for him. Mordecai's a real ass dude though, because he agrees to do it without a second thought. He passes out and ends up at the hospital. Benson's yapping about how this wouldn't have happened if they did their work. Mordecai took that personally and socked him. Then he started going off talking about how they only hang out with him because he's their boss. Me personally,
I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Mordecai dips from the hospital and ends up back at the restaurant. He's asking the waiter to sell him the hat so he doesn't have to go through that bullshit ass challenge, but bro won't budge. You gotta eat the omelet, he says. So Mordecai's like, fuck it, make that omelet. His day one's man's life is on the line, and he's not about to let some waiter stop him. He gets the omelet, 1 hour passes, and he fails. Of course he failed. They haven't done a training montage yet. Everyone knows you gotta do a training montage before you can conquer the final boss mission. Mordecai heads back to the hospital to tell Rigby's comatose ass that he failed. Benson and Skips pull up talking about some dude who used to work at the park that claimed he could beat the Excellent Challenge. This man, Jonathan Kimball, used to try and beat the challenge 3 times a day, 7 days a week. He was dedicated as shit, taking notes after each attempt. One day, he swore to everyone that he'd figured it out, but no one believed him on some boy who cried wolf type shit. So the only thing left to preserve his memory after that attempt was the notebook of tips and tricks that they had just brought to Mordecai. Shit was as if they had handed him a golden ticket. They were too geek to start training. Alright, cue the montage. Obviously can't show everything. With some successful practice runs under his belt, Mordecai's ready to save Rigby's life. Mordecai and the gang get back to the restaurant. The waiter brings out the omelet, starts the timer, and turns around thinking shit is sweet. But this time, Mordecai's got that look in his eye. The waiter keeps Mordecai using the forbidden techniques and calls his goons over to try to stop him. Thankfully, Mordecai didn't come dolo, otherwise eggs wouldn't have been the only thing on the menu for him. The main waiter sneaks Benson. Skips picks up one of the goons like he's Dellavedova and Curry in the 2015 finals. I know the Warriors won that, but hey, Delly was clamping him for a bit during that series, not gonna lie. So let's just act like it was one of those games. Skips dodges a chair, and Benson slaps the main waiter dude with the pizza slice before putting him in a full Nelson.
I spun the nigga around, and I put the nigga in a full Nelson.
Time is running out, and it looks like Benson's finally getting the upper hand on the waiter, but he shoves Benson out the way to make one last run at stopping Mordecai before it's too late. The timer goes off, and the waiter goes to give Mordecai the bad news that he failed again, but it turns out he cleaned his plate. Shout out Jonathan Kimball for the blueprint. Mordecai gets teleported to a room full of golden hats with some old dude basically saying, choose the right hat or you die. Like, hold on my boy. They didn't say anything about that in the commercial. And it looks like Jonathan found out the hard way. Mordecai takes a good look around to make sure he doesn't pick the wrong hat. He finds a trucker hat and puts it on hoping for the best. Turns out he made an excellent choice. They all head back to the hospital and immediately throw the trucker hat on Rigby. He wakes up out of his coma and is super happy to see his bros and get his hands on the new gear. Looks like Mordecai kept his promise.